I've seen this happen before. The ending and pretty much how it's going to play out this time will be the same as it did last time. And I'm happy that I've been consistent and I am well prepared. And honestly, it's a very simple concept. Time in the market is greater than timing the market. We're at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and the losing team doesn't have any more timeouts left. Red Dawn is upon us, and some of the craziest events just keep happening that just a few years ago we would have said that would never happen. You guys know what I'm talking about. What have you seen here happening here recently, lately, that you have to ask yourself, or at least say to yourself, seems like a little bit of deja vu. Seems like I've seen this before. Seems like that black cat walked across twice in The Matrix. If you haven't seen The Matrix, if you don't know the movie, then obviously you won't understand that reference. But again, as I said before, it's a very simple concept. Time in the market is greater than timing the market. And I don't mean to speak in metaphors and analogies, but essentially I'm trying to convey to you just where we are today and where we are going to be tomorrow. And unfortunately, the truth is that not everyone is going to have the same opportunities, plain and simple. And it kind of goes without saying that those who have the most resources are going to have the greatest opportunity, the greatest ability. I just saw here recently that play out in a way that is almost to be expected, but they're getting less and less concerned with how they want to hide and cover up and gloss over some of these events that are taking place. As long as you are on their team, or as long as you have a lot of money, or as long as you push their narrative or their agenda. But either way, it doesn't mean that those who do not give up. No, not at all. It just means you need to understand your role. You need to understand where you stand, your position, the challenges that you face, the opposition that you're up against, the opponents, the enemy, essentially. But again, like I said, Red Dawn is upon us, and some of the craziest events just keep happening that just a few years ago we would have said that would have never happened. And they're happening more often and more frequently and more severe. And yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. That's pretty much how it goes. That's pretty much the way this one's going to play out. But history tends to repeat itself, and repeat itself sooner rather than later. We are in a time of rapid evolution and advancement and upgrade. Technology is definitely driving that. Greed, financial power, social status, as well as AI is keeping this ball moving forward, moving the chains. But some crazy stuff that's going on. And again, we've seen this happen before. And although this is technically the fourth quarter, figuratively and literally, because this is October 2023. So we're towards the end of the year. A lot of companies and businesses are operating on a fiscal calendar that is, in line with our regular calendar. So we're at crunch time now for them to make sales, drive profits, drive revenues, and empty their shelves, and ultimately pull as much money out of your account, your wallets, charge your credit cards as best possible. And then we're going to reset and do it all again next year. So, fourth quarter is going to be crazy. We're in the red zone. This is crunch time, basically. So Godspeed. And thank you all for watching. I honestly hope that it works out well for all of you, because I know that the truth and the reality is that there's more money to be made now, since so much is about to be lost. The music is about to stop, and there won't be any chairs left in this game, and the next round is only going to accept real players with substantial and verified assets. Accredited investors. Accredited investors. Accredited investors to buy in on these assets and these asset classes that will produce the highest returns on investment. We can continue the chat on Patreon. There is a link down below in the description. And if you can't figure out how, then I have to assume that there's very little hope left remaining. And the very best bet is you just get lucky. Now, we've talked about this until I was blue in the face. Now is the time to go to work. And now is the time to put our plan into action. Again, Godspeed. Buy a farm, stock up, trade in gold, get ready. The stores are closing and the storm is coming. You guys know what I'm saying, right? It's the standard salad. Strap up, watch your six, and stay frosty, my friends. Get a helmet. Life's tough. Man, I'm too pregnant for this. At the end of the day, we are going to war. The headlines are shouting this. The administration is proving this. Congress is funding this. We are going to war. World War III. And I just hope and pray for everyone who is entering into this fight, entering into this battle, unarmed, untrained, unaware, unprepared, because they're taking no prisoners this time. And the enemy is not so easily identified. And let me just tell you that if you at least know this one very simple lifesaver of preps, the basics, then you still have a chance. So listen closely, okay? I want to tell you that this is exactly